Welcome to this QuickBooks Online tutorial for beginners 2019 on how to enter bills for expenses already paid. My name is Matt Hultquist with the QuickBooks University, and I did a very similar video to this with QuickBooks Desktop, and I wanted to show you how to do this in QuickBooks Online. So this can come up in a couple of different scenarios. The first one would be that if you went ahead and entered an expense into your check register, or you wrote a check in QuickBooks. You put it into QuickBooks, you wrote the check, you printed it from QuickBooks, or even if you hand wrote the check and put it in there. But then you have a bill and you want to enter that bill so that you can put your expense in the right time period. So when you enter this bill, you've got now a bill entered and you have an expense in the check register. And so we want to offset the two of those. Okay, this can also come up if you're going into maybe a cleanup situation, or if you had some bills in QuickBooks. Let's say that you had entered all your bills in QuickBooks, and then you or somebody else went in and just hand wrote a check or wrote a check for an expense that was already in your bills to be paid, and you have to offset the two. All right, because if you don't offset the two, what happens is you're going to double up the expense. You're going to show it what's called on an accrual basis in accounts payable as an expense, and then you're going to show it in the check register as an expense. All right, so let me show you an example here and show you how to offset these. All right, so what I want to do first, I want to show you just kind of a setup here. If I go to my chart of accounts, all right, and in my chart of accounts, we're going to go view the register for the checking account. All right, let me close that. Okay, so you'll see here this Chin's Gas and Oil on 7/5. There was a check written 15548, and it was put to maintenance and repairs. Okay, so now let's say that you get this bill in the mail, and the bill was dated June 30th or May 31st or some different time than July 5th, and you want to go in and offset this. Or the situation could be that this bill has already been entered and is in QuickBooks, and somebody went in and put in a check. All right, so both scenarios, this is going to work the same way. All right, so what I want to do, since that bill is not in here, I am going to enter a bill. And let's say that this is, let's say, Chin's Gas and Oil. Okay, and let's say that this bill date was actually, May 31st. Okay, due date, May 31st. Okay, bill number, let's say we have a bill number from them, and we're going to say maintenance and repairs, and the amount is $700, the same amount as that check that was written. Okay, we're going to leave billable, tax, customer, all that blank for now. All right, so if we save and close this, you can see now we have this in the check register, Chin's Gas and Oil, and if I also go up to pay bills, you're going to see Chin's Gas and Oil right there. Okay, so now if I go in and if I just pay this in QuickBooks, it's going to either put it directly in the check register as something that's already been paid, or you're going to have to print the check, etc. And now you're going to double the expense, and we don't want to do that. All right, so here's how you fix this. All right, let me close this, go back to the check register. Okay, so we're at the bank register for the checking account. So you're going to find this expense in the check register, and what you want to do is you want to change this to accounts payable. All right, and this is really pretty much the same process as QuickBooks Desktop, a little bit different, so you want to make sure that you follow these. Okay, so we have this set up. We put it to accounts payable instead of to repairs and maintenance. Okay, so if I click save, it's going to save that in our check register. Now, if I go back to pay bills, and you'll see now, okay, this credit applied, before it said not available, and now there is a credit box. So if we check off credit applied, it's going to apply the $700, okay? Now you can change this in your settings to where it doesn't automatically apply credits, and you can apply it to a certain bill. In this sample company file, we have it set up so that it automatically applies credits. So when I changed it to accounts payable in the check register, it brought in the credit for Chin's Gas and Oil. All right, so it's applying this credit. This is what we want to do. We want to apply this credit to this. Payment 0, total amount 0 or 700. total payment amount 0, and we can save and close. Okay, so now this is reflected now correctly in the check register, accounts payable. If we go to pay bills, you will see that it is cleared out of the pay bills and all has been matched up against each other so that we just have the one expense within QuickBooks, and you should be good to go. So again, if you need to clean up past hanging bills that are out there, you can use this. If you want to enter a bill in the right time period, or you get a bill after the fact, after this, maybe this check was recorded in the check register, you can use this. Any questions, any comments whatsoever, please feel free to leave them below. Head to the QuickBooks University. Love to train you over there on QuickBooks, QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop. We've got you covered. The website is qbuniversity.org.